Hello and welcome to the College of Sequoias as the number 1 and 2 ranked teams in the state for junior colleges are facing off. It's the Columbia College Claim Jumpers against the Ventura College Pirates on NorCal Sports TV. I'm Levi Flores along with Vance Palm. Columbia College Claim Jumpers against the Ventura College Pirates facing off for the first time since 1993, March 13th to be exact. And believe it or not, it was in the 1993 state championship where Columbia College got their first and only state championship title. And now they're facing off once again 28 years later.
Levi, great to be working with you. And we were talking about this before we went on the air. Almost inconceivable that nearly 30 years have gone by and these two powerhouse programs who are, look, they're not across the country. They're in the same, 3-4 hour driving vicinity, and they haven't seen each other since a state championship game. It's almost like the Bears and Packers not seeing each other for 3 decades. Kind of a crazy thought.
They are also 2 of the undefeated teams left in the state. Los Medanos is the third one. They're ranked number 13 in the state. But Columbia and Ventura, both undefeated. Columbia 10-0, Ventura 12-0. Columbia coming from the north, Ventura coming from the south, facing off against each other. It's not very often you see that north and south playing against each other in the regular season. Most of the time it's the postseason, and usually in that state championship game where we saw them last time. But after tonight, one of these teams isn't going to be undefeated either.
And I was speaking, of course, from the preseason standpoint, but didn't even think about the postseason and running into each other in tournaments. I was thinking most of the time, at least every 4 or 5 or 6 years, you go through a cycle where you play kind of the same teams in preseason. So again, to that point, these programs haven't seen each other since before these players were born. I played against Columbia College when I was in community college at Bakersfield. I played against Ventura a ton of times, have coached against Ventura. I do some sports callings for schools that play against Ventura. This is a top-notch program. This is a program that every team, every sport seems to be stacked with talent. Their campus is right on the Pacific coast. You can call a football game and see the waves crashing at the same time. So you have that allure. Then you have a school like Columbia, a ton of history. You know all about that and the presence they bring to the Northern Cal region. This is going to be a fabulous game. You mentioned it. One team is going to have a blemish on their record after this game is over with, and we'll kind of see how each team handles it. The team that gets the loss, how will they handle this blemish? What will the bounce back be? For the team that gets the win, they go into the month of January possibly undefeated. That's crazy.
Even though Columbia has had that 1-0 record against Ventura, there's still a bounty out 28 years later for Ventura to come back and possibly tie it up at 1-1, and that could be tonight or it could not be. Columbia can go up 2-0 on the series, but we'll see in just a few minutes. I'm Levi Flores along with Vance Palm on NorCal Sports TV. The Columbia College Claim Jumpers and the Ventura College Pirates are just about set to tip off. Columbia coming in at 10-0, Ventura College coming in at 12-0. I'm Levi Flores along with Vance Palm. A great matchup tonight, still the preseason, but one of these teams, one of the top 4 teams in the state for junior colleges, will no longer be undefeated after tonight.
I mean, you said it with just their records alone. This game, they could be ranked 30th and 31st in the state of California, and being undefeated is a big deal for both teams. But the fact that they're both in the top 5 and they're undefeated, whew, it's exciting. I'm glad you guys gave me the call.
And we will have the starting lineup, starting with the Ventura College Pirates acting as the away team. We have number 1, Anthony McIntyre. He is 16th in points per game in the state, coming in at 19.2. And then his brother, Adrian McIntyre, number 2, 4th in points per game in the state at 23.3. 2 brothers on the same team and in the top 20 of points per game in the state. Then we go to number 11, Sholton Tobin, number 12, Anthony Garza, and number 32, Aaron Dawuji. The Ventura Pirates.
Two brothers. There's a storyline right there.
Make sure to watch out for them. Just 2 high-scoring players, number 1 and number 2. The Ventura Pirates, 82.7 points per game on 48.5% field goal percentage, 33% from around the arc, and then they're also one of the high-scoring teams from the free throw line at 70.5%. But then when we go over to Columbia and look at their starting 5, we have number 1, the sophomore player out of Florida, Deshaun Bartley. Number 3, Marcus McCutcheon, who is a former player at Fresno City College, coming up to the foothills to play for the strong Columbia team. Then we have number 10, Taj Malik Campbell, who is a former D1 player out of Morgan State University. Number 11, Isaiah Jones, also one of those Fresno City College players coming up to Columbia. And then finally, number 25, Noel Alexander, playing his sophomore season after redshirting 2 years ago.
Levi, we see a genuine big man tonight, 6'8", and another big man, and 2 6'8" forwards, some traditional orthodox big fellas.
Isaiah Jones putting up the first shot, knocks down the triple from the wing. 3 easy points for the Claim Jumpers to start this one off.
Jones comes from Fresno City, letting everybody here in the Central Valley know, hey, I'm still around.
Ventura trying to answer back, front iron, a bad bounce, and Taj Malik Campbell comes down with the rebound. Both these teams traveling from about 3 hours away. One coming from the north, one coming from the south. That triple from Jones is off the mark. And Ventura looking for a fast break. One-on-one, breaks the defense and puts it down the hole for 2.
I'll tell you what, Anthony Garza running the floor. You're talking about a 6'8" forward that has the awareness and that length to beat everybody down. Got a perfect touchdown pass. We'll see how many times Columbia lets that happen, though. Ooh.
A wraparound on Deshaun Bartley. He'll pick up the foul and give it right back to Ventura. The first turnover. Coaches don't want to see that, especially this early into the match.
Full court pressure here, Levi. By the way, both teams in man-to-man. I don't think there's any doubt there. I don't see Coach Hoyt or Coach Ramirez going into a zone this early in the match.
Drive from the baseline, kicks it to the corner. Ventura making sure they get some high percentage shots. Quite often you see teams with a somewhat open shot just take it whenever they're open. But in this case, Ventura making sure that they want to get down low and get that high percentage shot.
Boy, look at the length of Anthony Garza down there. This shot better go up.
Finally, deep 2, back iron, and Taj Malik Campbell comes down with it. Bounce pass. Noel Alexander loses control.
And I think he might be a little bit banged up. He might,
trying to answer back, put the pin in the cushion, but couldn't do so. That was Adrian McIntyre. And you're right, Noel Alexander came up limping just a little bit.
It's almost like he hyperextended his left knee. He got it caught on the floor. Something to keep track of. One of the 6'8" guys out there.
McCutcheon backing down low. Left-handed finish, a soft touch off the glass.
That's a big travel that didn't get called, and I'll guarantee it that Coach Ramirez is letting them know.
Pirates slowing it down, drive, splitting defenders, tossing it up, and too much power as Taj Malik Campbell with his 3rd rebound.
Levi, some incredible athletes out there, some amazing speed. This will be a very, very fast-paced basketball game.
JUCO players, of course, want to play their hearts out, get that D1 offer. As we see Jones driving the lane, Euro step, kicks it down low. Tyson Lee Campbell fouled, and he will go to the line for a chance at 2. But like you said, fast-paced game, and all these players want to get that D1 offer, and that's what they're playing for each and every single game.
On a game like this, you have the number 3 and number 4 team in the state. All the coaches know about our live stream presence. They know to go where to watch these games. They see it advertised. I know a lot of coaches are watching this game this evening. So to your point, exposure is going to be at a high premium. Malik Campbell basically bailed out his teammates there. His point guard was in trouble. Jones was in trouble and kind of just chucked it below the key. And Malik Campbell was waiting for it as we see Mitch Prevost come in. You call him Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell Prevost, I think, is one of the most underrated players on the Columbia College Claim Jumpers. He's very physical. He makes sure he gets open shots. He passes down low. He's a very unselfish player, and that's what every team wants. He's just an unselfish player that he doesn't have to be the key ball handler.
All of a sudden, they're coming up trapping high, coming across the court, and that's exactly what – oh, goodness, thought he'd go up and flush that down.
Toss it up. Bad roll. And the Claim Jumpers once again with another rebound, and it's no other than Taj Malik Campbell. Bartley from the wing gives it up.
Ventura staying in man. Trying to stretch this offense and push it out.
Bartley looking for 3, back iron. Prevost fighting for the rebound. Noel Alexander can't get it. And the Pirates' Adrian McIntyre comes down with the rebound.
That's a shot Coach Ramirez would love to see the Claim Jumpers take all night long. Early and with someone in their face. How about this?
One-on-one matchup. Finally tossed it up and gets it down the hatch. That's Anthony Garza.
Keep your eye out for this young man tonight. I've already talked about him twice with that long arm, and he's posting and he's showing.
Jones drives the lane, can't go, but Alexander is there for the putback.
Coach Hoyt can't believe that wasn't a foul on Garza. He's looking at the official like, really? That's a bad play.
Alexander poked it out. Mitchell leading the charge. Splitting defenders, goes up strong, high off the glass, and a foul. Mitchell Prevost to the line.
Boy, Levi, that's so smart. He knew he had traffic. He knew he had people all around him. What did he do? He makes sure he put it up high off the glass. Whether it goes in or not, at least he gives his teammates an opportunity to grab something off the glass. Didn't come up short. He knew he had traffic. Had bodies on both sides of him. So Mitchell at the line.
Prevost, 66.7 free throw percentage shooter, 14 of 21 on the season. And with those stats, he has a 2 of 3 chance of making it.
Well, Coach Hoyt just puts one player in the slot. So either he's saying, look, Mitchell's not going to miss. Oh, now he puts another player in the slot down there on the second shot.
In the game for the Claim Jumpers, we see Skylar Newman and Orion Harris.
Oh, backbreaker. Oh, took it right out of his hands.
Finally stripped out Anthony McIntyre. Pirates still slowing it down, want to make sure they get those open shots once again. Don't want to force anything and create unnecessary turnovers. Tobin making his move around. Backdoor pass, too strong. And the first time we see Skylar Newman make a move for the Jumpers, and it's a rebound.
Yeah, Garza can't miss that.
Bartley, physical down low, off the glass, gets it in for 2. Double digits, 12-4, an 8-point lead for the Claim Jumpers. You're watching Columbia College Claim Jumper Basketball, brought to you by California Gold Development Corporation. Minner's Tree Company. Contact us for all your tree service, lot clearing, and defensible space needs. Minner's Tree Company is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience serving Tuolumne County and surrounding areas. California licensed and fully insured. Check us out at minnerstreecompany.com or give us a call at 209-591-3747. Claim Jumpers up 12-4 over the Ventura Pirates. I'm Levi Flores along with Vance Palm, and take a look at this move from Deshaun Bartley.
I just love how he knew what he was going to do the entire time. There was no second thinking, third thinking, fourth thinking, going to the hole the entire time. And Coach Ramirez calls the timeout, and he looks at the guard that was guarding him and says, hey, is he too much for you? You got him? You sure you got him?
We're 4.5 minutes into the game. The Claim Jumpers leading by 8. Not what you would expect from two teams that are ranked in the top 4 in the state for JUCO teams. Finishing down low is Schulten Tobin. Gets the foul and a 3-point opportunity.
You know, Tobin's a Ventura native, grew up playing basketball right there in the city of Ventura. And he tried to put one up earlier. This one he got to go, gets fouled on the play. They've got to try to stay close here. We're less than 5 minutes in, and they're doubled up, so important bucket.
3-point play converted for Schulten Tobin.
Right. I thought Coach Ramirez would put some kind of pressure on the inbounds. That wasn't much.
Taj Malik Campbell creating space from his defender. Bartley now with it. Taking his time, pulls up for three, off the mark, and McIntyre gets the rebound.
Yeah, there's no claim jumpers crashing the glass there. Here's a mismatch right here if he decides to take it. He got shoved. No call. Goodness, Coach Ramirez and his Pirates looking for a call there.
And the ball will go Columbia's way. One thing about the claim jumpers, very high shooting team. They're in the top 10 of shooting teams in the state, and that's why they don't really go for those rebounds more often. But I think they should when they do have that missed shot. They can get those second chance opportunities, put it up, and get easy points that they don't otherwise get.
Claim jumpers coming back with Marcus McCutcheon.
Arion Harris looking for three, back iron, fighting for his own rebound. Harris, McCutcheon, down low, fouled in the air, gets the bucket, and
right.
No whistle.
He was fouled. That was an and one to be sure, but even more impressive that he finished. Still doubled up, 14-7.
One thing about Coach Hoyt, too, is that he makes sure that he's the one arguing with the refs. He doesn't want the players to argue with the refs. He says, I want you to play, because that's the difference maker. He can't score points, so if I get thrown out of the gymnasium, that's on me, but I want you to play because you're the one scoring buckets.
I remember calling some G League games for some future NBA coaches that we all know their names now. They hardly ever spoke to the refs. And that was a message to their players. Like, look, you really think we're going to change a person's mind that much by just continuing to howl at them and yell at them and scream at them? How about this interesting, back-to-back call here? The high ref made a call that happened on a baseline that the baseline ref didn't make, and then they flip it and call offensive foul on Ventura. 3 fouls each right now. My point is these officials are watching baseline to baseline all the way across.
Caleb Chang getting his first few seconds of the game. 14-7, Columbia leads. And here's Prevost. Gets the defender off his feet, can't finish. Fighting for his own rebound down low. Bunch ball down, and Mitchell Prevost calls the timeout, so Columbia stays with it. 14-7, 14 minutes left.
Mitchell Prevost will make that shot 99 out of 100 times, and he just had a little too much energy on it, just a little too much energy. And I do notice they bring in Skylar Newman in, and every time we have a sub in, I'm giving you his height, and he's 6'6".
Columbia looking very strong, a 7-point lead. You talked about it earlier when it was 12-6. Columbia doubled up the points, and here they are again doubling up the points. Now that you saw about 6 minutes worth of gameplay, what do you see in these two teams that's really going to be a difference maker later in the postseason?
Well, later in the postseason, I think they just need to kind of, believe it or not, just kind of slow down just a hair. It's a lot easier said than done. Just kind of be a little bit more controlled under the hoop. I've seen a couple of easy buckets missed by both squads on both sides of the floor. I mean, you've got Anthony Garza misses a 1-footer. Prevost misses a 1-footer. Just kind of slow it down, get a little bit more methodical, and that will come in February and March.
Over the top for Marcus McCutcheon. Inside the paint, throws it up. And now Columbia really fighting for those rebounds, but that time McCutcheon picked up the foul.
Yeah, you got Garza going up high to grab it, and they hit him on the way down. Looks like he got banged up on his thumb. He's grabbing his thumb. One thing I'll tell you, both Coach Hoyt and Coach Ramirez, more Coach Hoyt, boy, not afraid to open out the revolving door. He's got a lot of players coming in and out already in 6 minutes.
Tobin straight into the face of a defender and an offensive foul, back to the jumpers.
That Tobin, we talked about how he wants to make a difference here. And we talk about D1 scouts, D2 college scouts. At the next level up, they are most certainly looking for players at this level to have control when they've got the ball in their hands. There's a ton of athletic guys, but how many control the rock when they have it? And just like that, we see Donovan Williams come in for him.
Pirates playing full court pressure. They'll give it to Prevost to bring it up. Making his move on McIntyre. Gets the lane, right-handed finish, strong off the glass, and gets it down the hatch.
Impressive.
McIntyre had a wide open lane, kicked it to the three-point line, Nearly a turnover for the Pirates. Very sloppy in this back-to-back possession, but a travel turning it back over.
You asked me about where these teams will be in a couple of months. I'm certain that Coach Ramirez would say, well, Levi, they're not going to turn the ball over as much in a couple of months. Just a frenetic pace of play. Who can handle it?
Chang too strong, back iron.
Go to the hole.
In transition, McIntyre, a nice soft scoop layup. Gets it down for 2.
McIntyre brothers are impressive, offense and defensively. Now we're going to see Giesendorfer come in, 6'9".
Here's Jones. In some trouble, kicks it out to Chang. Taj Malik Campbell going to the rack, throws it off the glass, and a rebound to the Pirates. Here they are in transition.
See, we're talking about a little more methodical. Just kind of pull it back for a second. Let's make sure we have our wits about us and not just throw up another bad shot or have a turnover.
Definitely taking their time, gets the pass down low. Turnaround jumper on the way, bad bounce off to Alexander, who controls, gives it over to Chang.
But they took that shot with 12 on the shot clock. It's a lot better than, right as it clicks.
Taj Malik Campbell looking for Trey, can't do it.
Honestly, that's not the best shot. Player of his ability and his talent, he can get closer to the hole.
McIntyre.
There's a shot.
Wide open 3 from the wing, too strong.
Hey, look at that. What a great hustle play.
Second chance opportunity, nothing but net. Down the hole, Donovan Williams.
Cordell Gordon goes in, keeps it alive, and a huge three-point bucket. Levi brings them within 4. One extra play, you young players out there. One little bit of extra effort. Uh-oh.
Jones looking to answer back.
Oh,
rattles out. Taj Malik Campbell down low. Second chance, yes.
Taj Malik Campbell, the Philadelphia sophomore out of Morgan State. Electric player, speed, quickness.
Looking for a 3 of his own. Top of the arc, goes down. Anthony Garza. 18-15, a 3-point game halfway through the first half.
Neither team's gone in the zone. Straight man-to-man. You see a lot of that at the community college level.
Prevost, guarded by McIntyre, backing down. Right, left, finishing in the paint, the foul, but no bucket. Sent him to the line for 2.
And Adrian's going to need to know that about Mitchell Prevost. He is so fundamentally sound. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He's not going to go in there Harry Carey. Full jump stop. Once that pump fake comes, you're in trouble. So you've got to be more disciplined down there in the key.
Like I said earlier, probably the most underrated player on the team.
You mentioned that in our pregame, and when we were putting all of our notes together, he's proven it so far. Okay, so Caleb comes in out of Inglewood, Florida, Giesendorfer, 6'9". And then you have Mitchell. How are you pronouncing 15? Nolaway? Nolau. He's 6'8". Every time Ramirez opens the door, it's somebody, he stepped on the line. A cardinal sin, no way. Nulau comes in and steps on the baseline as he's throwing it in. So
I thought we left that in 8th grade.
Hey, he's 6'8".
I haven't seen that in forever.
You know what? Sometimes you just, the little things get past you.
And here's Columbia looking to extend their lead past 5. Bartley, physical down low, Alexander. Noel Alexander had the chance, but Isaiah Jones, one too many steps with the travel, and looks like we're acting now as well.
Donovan Williams up for Actor of the Year. Well, he can't move either. Oh, I'm surprised they let him shuffle his feet down there on the sideline. So they may need to go over a couple things with Michael on his inbounds passes because he was sliding down the sidelines.
2015 poked out by Taj Malik Campbell. Regained by McIntyre, puts the shot up, and I'm not sure if that bounced in or if Alexander had a little hand on it to put it back.
I don't think he nicked it. I don't think he got it.
Very close from this angle, but Columbia looking to answer back now. Jones throws it up. A little contact, but here's the rebound to Ventura in transition. McIntyre nearly blocked from behind, and Alexander picks it off.
Well, that's a big miss. Could have been 2019. And one thing about Columbia, they're not afraid to put it up, but sometimes they're really not the best shots. However, nobody's stopping Deshaun.
Deshaun Bartley, a sophomore player. He played 2 years ago, which was the last official season of JUCO. No team really played last year officially. There was a season, but it was a 10-game season. College of Sequoias was only one of 10 teams that actually got that opportunity to play a few games, and they're actually playing right after this one right here on NorCal Sports TV.
Well, he's a great asset to this basketball team with that kind of veteran mentality. You can see it when he's carrying the rock like he is right now. He is not afraid of anybody. High screen goes off it.
Driving, kick to Harris. Close to the baseline, but able to stay in. Campbell driving, and an offensive foul as McIntyre was able to put his body what seemed to be outside the restricted area.
Coach Hoyt doesn't like it. Can't believe it, really. Ooh, close. Very close.
Let's see that one more time. See if we can pinpoint where his feet were set and how close it was.
Pretty close. And the Ventura team, they acted as if they knew immediately right away that it was a charge, but that doesn't say too much. But, sometimes the instinctive reactions of a player will tell you if the call was right or not. Strong left side.
It's Bell, heavily guarded by Jones, gets around him, throws it up, and they're going to call a foul on Isaiah Jones.
Jelani Bell, a Seattle native, went to Kent Meridian High School. You talk about a beautiful place in North America, Kent, Washington. Coach Hoyt lobbying, trying to make his case, Levi.
I saw a good angle of it as well. I didn't think it was a foul as it happened.
An offensive foul?
I don't think there is any contact at all, but
just a no call.
We'll see again here. Not a great angle, but what they called was a push on Jones. But as you see at the very end, Jones's hands were up in the air. I'm not sure how there could be a push when his hands are in the air, but we'll leave that up to the refs.
Well, I think Hoyt was still lobbying on that last charge down here. He really didn't agree with that call.
22-18, 4-point game, down to 9 minutes left. Here's Deshaun Bartley, defender, not knowing where to go. Bartley, down low, yes, off the glass.
He just backs Adrian McIntyre back up to the hoop. He just basically kind of muscles him down into the paint.
Down low for the Pirates this time. Alexander nearly gets a hand on it, but stops Caleb Geisendorf from getting the bucket.
I'll tell you what, that's a good-looking left-handed shot there by Geisendorf.
Prevost back in the game, controlling top of the arc for the Jumpers. Taj Malik Campbell too strong off that triple, and the Pirates get the ball back looking for a bucket. Baseline drive. And that will be last touched by the Claim Jumpers as it stays with Ventura.
You see the chemistry between Anthony and Adrian, two brothers out there playing. Of course, they know where each other are on the court. They know where to throw it to them to lead them into the pass.
McIntyre, deep three, yes! Throws the dart, gets the bullseye. 3-point game, Columbia's favor.
You got to get back. They got to get back.
Campbell to Alexander, 1-on-2, bounce pass, backdoor, stripped away by Adrian McIntyre. 1-on-3 in transition, and now he slows it down over to the arc.
Boy, if you're Columbia College, you want to see your 6'8 center go up with it. Anything less than that underneath the paint causes problems. It invites trouble, and that's what happened.
Now look at this. For Ventura, they isolated McIntyre off that right side. That triple too strong. Now fighting for it, it's Prevost. Had an opportunity at the fast break, 3-on-2, but decides for his whole team to get down there for him. McIntyre pokes it away. Here's the fast break. Jelani Bell loses control. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're going to see a change in here. Skylar Newman's going to come in for Noel Alexander, and I have a thought that Coach Hoyt might just say, hey, Big guy, you got to put the ball up down there. 1 foot under the hole. We've got enough guys to make fancy passes and around-the-back passes. A, we don't let them do it in the key. B, they're not 6'8" like you. Go up, big guy. That's my paraphrase, Levi.
And the referees are going to say that Ventura never had full possession, so Columbia only has 3 seconds on the shot clock, and they don't know it.
Well, let's see if the officials change that. They're going to have to talk it over, and the lead official that stopped off here before game time and talked to us said he never had possession. Frankly, personally, I disagree. I think for a moment Jelani Bell had possession enough to know it was their ball, then he just booted it. That's me, though.
And in the position you are, what constitutes that gain of possession? Because he at least threw one dribble out there. Is that a possession?
Well, I thought he had his first 2 dribbles, his first 2 full dribbles, meaning the first dribble is your possession dribble, your second is your intent dribble. You know by the second dribble, oh, he's got it, he's intending to do this with it. But then he lost his footing, and it went out. So I actually thought they did have possession of it. The officials say no. What's interesting to me, Levi, is that by the officials stopping the clock, because this official down here was going to correct it and say, hey, put the 35 back up. By even stopping the clock to discuss it, it's a great break for Columbia. They get to set some kind of play up. If they just would have let it go, it'd be Ventura basketball.
So should they put maybe 2 seconds back on the clock since they stopped it and they could have thrown it up? Or what's the situation on the ref side?
Well, Coach Hoyt would love that, but Coach Ramirez is going to say, no way. You stopped it already and gave him a chance for an inbounds play. Because you see what Coach Hoyt did. He says, oh, beautiful, timeout. Let's talk about it. So kind of an interesting exchange there. But this official down here, by stopping it to try to correct it, actually gives Columbia a 1 second shot here.
They're looking for Jones. No, down low. Tajmali Campbell gets it off in time.
No, they didn't hit the rim, so they had to call a shot violation.
Definitely got it off in time, but like you said, didn't hit that rim, which is needed to reset the shot clock.
Sabellis in. For Ventura out of L.A., Los Angeles. Oh, goodness.
McIntyre wide open, corner 3. Too strong and down with it goes Skylar Newman. You cannot find a more open shot in this game. Wide open in the corner. I don't know how they missed him there.
Well, and Sabellis just came in, too, so he's standing in the corner, wide open, gets the shot up, just couldn't get it knocked down. And that's 3 in the key here. I can't believe they haven't called this yet. Got the big fella for Columbia just camping out in there.
Garza with the block. Columbia remains with it. Shot clock down to 3. Bartley driving in.
And that nicked the rim. Oh, that nicked the rim right there. And Coach Ramirez, livid. That's a bad stoppage of play. That ball hit the rim. It hit the base of the rim.
I completely agree with that. And at the same time, it was in Ventura's possession.
Oh, yeah, that hit the rim. That's a definite bad call by the officials there. That's unfortunate. A fast break dunk coming for the Pirates gets called off.
And not only was it hitting the rim, but at the same time, Ventura had it going down the court. It was already in their possession.
How's this for making
and
up for it?
And there is Garza getting the bucket.
The basketball gods came through on that one, Levi.
Absolutely. It's like the ball never lies. And that brings it to a 1-point game, the closest it's been since Columbia took a 3-0 lead in the first seconds. Jones, right-handed hook, yes.
I think that Skylar Newman has about one more possession before he gets called for 3 seconds in the key. The officials are starting to really check number 24 for Columbia. We'll see on defense next time. He hangs out in there a little bit too long on offense.
McIntyre around Jones, floats it up, front iron. Coming from behind, Skylar Newman gets the rebound. Garza fighting for it, and a jump ball. And here's Noel Alexander now coming into the game for the Claim Jumpers. He got taken out a few minutes ago when he didn't put that shot up down low. You called it yourself. And now, are we going to look for that more often?
Look, if you're 6'8", 220, a sophomore, and you get the ball inside the circle right there, everybody on the planet's expecting one thing. Go up, big fella. And if you have to pump fake to get a three-point play, good. Nice pass.
Garza fouled, and Garza will be sent to the line. Foul on Ariane Harris.
To our point, that's that's exactly what we're talking about. I mean, you see Anthony Garza come across the low post. He flashes, gets the ball down low. You have about a millisecond to make a decision down there. The quicker you get it up, the better chance you have to make it. And he gets fouled. So to our point, big guys, down low, put it up.
I want to go back to talking about Noel Alexander. He redshirted 2 years ago, and 2 years ago their main center was Caleb Carter, now playing for Chico State. He was the #1 shot blocker in all of college basketball, not just JUCO, not just NCAA Division II, Division I as well. The entire college basketball series, Caleb Carter led in blocks. He's now playing, like I said, at Chico State. But it's hard to fill those shoes where you have a guy just sitting down low, putting easy shots up, one of the highest field goal percentages as well. Now you have Noel Alexander, but the difference between the two is Alexander is much more physical. He has a lot more integrity on the court, and he can move every single position. They could play 5 out if they want to, not just 4 and 1.
And Levi, you're so right. And of course, he's got a lot to bring. He's bringing a lot to the table here. I think he's actually a little frustrated with himself. Just knows that, look, I know what I have to do down there. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Nice young man, good player.
Michael Nowlo will guard him down low. Alexander playing off of the paint, not even being inside at all.
And I like to see him get his hands up. I like to see Noel get those hands up.
And he's going to be going back and forth, trying to set a screen for Prevost currently. Jones off the baseline, gets big contact down low on his way to the hoop, but no foul called. Multiple times we've seen Jones do that, but no fouls or whistles being blown. 1 point game, Ventura has a chance to take the lead for the first time. Anthony McIntyre gets it to his brother Adrian. Nearly loses control.
See, and that's a great example right there of what Alexander can do.
Ball goes off the rim, bounces off to Taj Malik Campbell. Here's transition for them.
Swing that quickly.
Great ball movement from the jumpers as Bartley looks for a triple, front iron, and the Ventura rebound.
Looking to go up for the first time.
The Pirates definitely slowing down their game, looking for an official play call just to say that they had the lead in the first half.
Chang's coming in for... how about this?
Taj Malik Campbell fouled from behind, and that should be a clear path violation. He had nothing but the basket in front of him. The defender was behind him. Nothing was going to stop him besides that player just barely getting his hands on him.
I don't think so. I mean, I think the discussion will be had here is that it was, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see on this. I think it's just going to be a regular 2-shot foul. I don't see that.
Defender definitely behind him, and he was going up to the hoop.
I think what saved him is he came around the corner with his hand. You know what, Levi, that call could go either way, and I would agree. I would agree with either one. It's one of those calls where, maybe the official's trying to set the tone like, hey, look, that wasn't a flagrant dirty behind the back foul. Or, if you're Coach Hoyt, you're thinking, hey, look. A very close call. Very close call.
And we see in the NBA now, too, that any contact that's unnecessary, that definitely would have been a flagrant foul in the NBA.
I think what Bell's positioning wasn't as bad as it looked. Either way, Malik Campbell silencing everybody, saying, hey, foul me some more. I don't care what you do. Send me to the line.
McIntyre gets around Chang, double teamed.
There's
swings it over, wide open three, kicks it down low, and now in trouble. They had wide open shots but didn't take them. And there it is, finally off the glass and in for 2 by Miles Sabalos.
Boy, some really good patient ball movement there. Almost won too many passes, frankly, but they ended up getting the 2-footer.
Back to a 1-point game, 3.5 minutes remaining. Malik Campbell inside the paint, tosses it up. A bad bounce, and the Pirates once again with a chance to go up for the first time.
He's a nice player. Malik is a nice player, man. Taj Malik.
Former D1 player out of Morgan State University, didn't play much, but when he did, he was more a defensive player. This time in JUCO, having a chance to score points. And Mitch Prevost was calling a timeout as he had possession, rolling outside, but the referee going to say he didn't get the timeout in time, so it's back to Ventura.
Levi, to your point earlier about Noel Alexander, another block. So you're right. He does a lot of things very well. If he can protect that rim for Columbia as the Pirates with only 6 seconds left trying to take the lead for the first time. Oh!
Wraps around Alexander, puts it down the hatch in a 1-point lead. for the first time, the Ventura Pirates over the Claim Jumpers.
Only took them 17 minutes.
Columbia now working harder than ever just to get their points back on the board. Don't want to go down by more than one. Didn't want to be down by any in the first place. Bartley making the move, blocked from the front by McIntyre.
Yeah, they're starting to see Bartley's offense, and that's going to be from behind, inadvertent. But he hit his head.
29-28, the Ventura Pirates over the Columbia College Claim Jumpers. We'll take a look at this one as he's still down on the ground. This is number 4, Miles Sabalos.
Sabalos hit his head. I think he tripped, and then his noggin hit the hardwood. Oh, yeah. He hit his head on the wood. Never a good thing. The wood's going to win every time.
Up on his feet, headed to the free throw line.
Miles Sabalos from L.A. Well, that's a name synonymous with SoCal. Let's see if his head's cleared. Hey, you can always blame it on the fall, right?
25% free throw shooter on the season. Going down to about 2 minutes remaining in the first half. And the Pirates just took the lead for the first time, and here's Prevost.
See, Bartley, they've seen what he does now. He floats in.
And there it is. After being blocked down low, he's able to create some space.
Well,
he just jumped
quick. He just jumped quicker. He got up quicker, you know. They can know what you're going to do, but if you get up quicker.
McIntyre.
Oh, goodness.
Shoots from 18 feet out, left side, and Chang down with the rebound.
Yeah, it was a bad bounce off the rim. It was low all the way and gave his teammates no chance to rebound that.
Slow and methodical. Coach Hoyt calling out the play from the sideline.
Yeah, he wants it to start on the wing with Prevost. It's exactly what he asked for. He wants us to start. Oh, he goes off the pick. Yikes. That is not what Coach Hoyt was asking for. He wanted Prevost to come down, started from the wing, and go off the high pick. He went the opposite way, came down the baseline, and got himself caught, and thus a bad pass. Coach Hoyt, the minute that ball left his hands, he turned around and watched. We walked down the other way. He was like, nope, that's not what I was asking for.
Caleb Chang was the intended receiver for Prevost's pass, just too high outside the hands. He was open on that wing, but just couldn't get his hands on the ball off the pass from Prevost.
Harris back in for Columbia.
Jelani Bell. And it looks like Mitchell Prevost is going to get called for a foul.
Wow, an off-ball foul with a $1:08 left. Wow.
Prevost said he didn't do anything. Hoyt's going to sub him out probably for the last minute.
Yeah, why not? If you can keep, next 68 seconds, keep it from getting to a double bonus.
Anthony McIntyre put in the first one. And so for the Jumpers, we have Chang, Jones, Harris, Bartley, and Alexander, the 5 on the court. A tie game, 30-30. McIntyre possibly putting it up by 1. And there it is. So a minute 8, 38 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock.
Okay, Coach Ramirez has Elijah McLeod in there. Went to Manual Arts High School. Wearing jersey number 22, and he's going to be guarding Harris. Interesting matchup right here, right down in front of us.
Jones flicks it up. It's good off the glass. Back to a 1-point game, and Ventura looking to score once again.
Isaiah Jones. Well, nice,
Bell.
strong, solid move.
Making his move on Chang. Chang has to be careful with those hands reaching in. One-on-one with 1-and-1.
Discombobulation. This has not been a good possession yet.
Bell making his move, spin inside, nearly blocked from behind, kicks it out, and the shot clock went off, and that will be a shot clock violation, so send it back to the Claim Jumpers.
Well, heads up for those refs. That's a nice call right there. The buzzer didn't go off from the game operations crew, but the official saw that it was a shot clock violation, so I'm sure Coach Hoyt appreciates that. Look out. Oh, goodness.
12 seconds on the clock, no shot clock. So Columbia can go into the second half with a 1-point lead, possibly more, but they just want to make sure that Ventura doesn't have another shot. Bartley trying to finish. Alexander gets it down low, and that will end the first half as he got it off in time. It's 34-31. Claim Jumpers leading by 3.
Well, what a great way to finish right there for Columbia. You know, your superstar guard misses the layup here, but as we were talking about before, Noel Alexander's got to make himself known, whether it's shot blocking or that follow right there. That's big time. That's as good as it gets.
Now, before we go to the half, Columbia leading by 3. They have Deshaun Bartley, Marcus McCutcheon, Taj Malik Campbell, Isaiah Jones, Noel Alexander. The starting 5, they've done a lot for the game. Then that 6-man Mitchell Prevost. In the second half, what do you think that Ventura is going to do to make sure that those players can't do what they've been doing?
Down only 3 with some dry spells that they went through and didn't get a lot of offensive output from 3 of their starting 5. I'm thinking that Coach Ramirez might not really upset the apple cart that much, Levi. I don't know that he's going to have something real dramatic that he's going to say to these Pirates other than the fact that, hey, look, these guys are coming for real. We can't just stop and slow things down just when we want to. I'm expecting is the Pirates to kind of play the same kind of basketball. It's a good matchup. I mean, look, it was tied, 2 shots ago, so I don't know that there'll be that many wholesale changes, but if I'm Coach Hoyt, I definitely see some opportunities for growth with his guards and how they penetrate and kick. I expect this game to get up, believe this or not, I expect it to get up into the 80s.
Well, Columbia averages 90 points per game. Ventura averages 82.7. Right now, if they keep the same rhythm, it'll be 68-62. So we'll have to see if your hypothesis is correct or not. Right now, the College of Sequoia Giants are warming up on the court. That game will be next on NorCal Sports TV. But first, we still have 20 minutes left to play between the 2 top teams in the state. Minner's Tree Company. Contact us for all your tree service, lot clearing, and defensible space needs. Minner's Tree Company is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience serving Tuolumne County and surrounding areas. California licensed and fully insured. Check us out at minnerstreecompany.com or give us a call at 209-591-3747.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, I like the competitiveness as well, so.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. I'm always with my team, practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches. So, yeah.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. Other games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves. My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second. Has another shot. Puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the
Beautiful
chills? I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
Look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought there was going to be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was fun.
Minner's Tree Company. Contact us for all your tree service, lot clearing, and defensible space needs. Minner's Tree Company is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience serving Tuolumne County and surrounding areas. California licensed and fully insured. Check us out at minnerstreecompany.com or give us a call at 209-591-3747.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Minner's Tree Company. Contact us for all your tree service, lot clearing, and defensible space needs. Minner's Tree Company is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience serving Tuolumne County and surrounding areas. California licensed and fully insured. Check us out at minnerstreecompany.com or give us a call at 209-591-3747.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPA's is
34-31, the Columbia College Claim Jumpers on top of the Ventura Pirates. I'm Levi Flores along with Vance Palm. What a game it has been. 20 minutes played, 20 minutes still left to go. And the Claim Jumpers up by 3, trying to extend that on the first shot. Marcus McCutcheon can't do it. Second chance, not there either.
Boy, 2 point-blank misses from Marcus. He'd like to have those back, and then they're not get back on D. That's a travel they got away with. So
McIntyre way short, finds nothing but the air. But an offensive rebound. Talking about rebounds as we see McIntyre get the nice soft touch. Rebounds, Ventura, 17 in total, 3 offensively, 14 defensively. Go to the Columbia side. Look at those numbers. 8 offensive, 15 defense, 23 in total, a 6 swing difference in rebounds. That's something that you have to be happy with if you're the Columbia coach.
Levi, it's the first thing I circled when you handed me the notes. The stats was the difference in rebounding. There's a couple other things we can probably touch on at the right time, but this second half is just started off with fireworks. You know, you asked me as we went away to break what the coaches would be telling their players. I can tell you one thing, Coach Ramirez at Ventura is going to say, hey, will you quit letting their point guards back you into the paint, as in Deshaun Bartley? That's going to be one key for them because Bartley just has his way and just backs his way down to 2-3 feet from the bucket. Let's see if that plays out. Let's see if Ventura can adjust to that.
Team swap sides now. Ventura going from left to right, Columbia going from right to left. And that pass way out of bounds. That pass from Garza turns it over.
We have 8 turnovers in the first half for both teams, so they had the same amount as each other, but I think both coaches would like to keep that around 5.5 if they could.
And there's Bartley, just like you said, inside the paint, putting up the shot, too strong. And McIntyre goes to the ground, but they blow the whistle for a foul.
Just an unnecessary foul, and I know Deshaun would agree if he could hear us. Just didn't need to happen. We talked about him getting low in the paint. He did that. Ball just didn't go in. That's not a guy you want with foul trouble.
Cleaning up the floor.
Our producer, Joseph, did not agree with that call. He's letting us know right now.
A little bit of moisture on the court, cleaning it up. Let's talk about the field goal percentage. So total points, Columbia 34, Ventura 31 at the half. A few more points added on since then. But for Ventura, field goal percentage in the entire first half, 40.7%. Go down to Columbia, 38.2, but only taking 7 more shots, but only making 2 more.
Well, the big number I look at is that 3-point percentage, 1 for 9 for Columbia.
And that was, of course, the first shot of the game for Isaiah Jones.
That's you're right.
Layup off the mark for Ventura. That was the first and only 3-point shot for Columbia, and it gave them the lead, which they had for about 15 minutes until Ventura was able to get back.
Oh, Cardinal Sin didn't know where he was. McCutcheon standing on the baseline when he received the pass. Very surprisingly, you see Deshaun Bartley gets the ball out here on the wing with nobody in front of him. Here's a guy that backs into the key when 3 guys are on him. I'd have thought he'd gone right at the hoop right there. Interesting. I may have to retract my prognostication of being in the 80s, Levi.
That shot from Garza off the back iron. Another offensive rebound.
What in the world?
Oh, wide open, down low.
4 Columbia players out here along behind the arc.
An absolute monster of a dunk. 2 hands for safety. Brings it back within 1, but Columbia still leads and has the ball in hand. McCutcheon backing down, left-handed finish. High off the glass, gets the drop, and what seemed to me maybe a foul.
That's a tough shot right there.
McIntyre kicks it out. Pirates driving the lane, a bad pass to Garza. Regains control from the sideline, then loses it once again. Back to the claim jumpers.
You know, you see right here, you got 4. There's not a single person underneath the hoop. There's 4 Columbia players, for some reason, all looking for the outlet. They all want the ball on the outlet. Hey, wait a minute. There's a dude dunking on you.
Here's Deshaun Bartley from that same wing. Noel Alexander backing down Garza. Right-handed hook, gets it to drop.
He's going to be the difference maker in the second half. There's no question about it, Levi. He will be the difference maker in the second half. Heads up, heads up.
McCutcheon with the steal and steps on the line. Turn it back over. Hoyt has nothing to argue with there. And we go to those points in the paint. We saw Ventura, a monster dunk down low, then Noel Alexander with the turnaround hook shot. Points in the paint, Columbia in the first half, 20. Ventura had 16. And I think they want to see a little bit higher, even though that's just over about 50% of their shots.
Ventura's going to try to start 4 across.
McIntyre looking for 3.
That's a good look. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see what Bartley decides to do here.
Alexander was looking for it down low. He kicks it to McCutcheon. Getting a hand on it is number 11, Schulten Tobin.
Here comes a lob.
In transition, McIntyre around Bartley, and McCutcheon picks up the goaltend. Count it for 2.
I thought we were going to see an alley-oop lob over there to Isaiah Jones. Sorry, Tobin. Didn't happen.
Take another look at this one as Bartley takes it down the court.
Tobin's passed the ball off a couple times. Bartley's passed the ball off a couple times to McCutcheon.
Jones throws the dart, gets the bullseye. Count it for 3.
So he's made their 2 3-pointers, right?
Absolutely. It's time to start getting hot from around the arc. If you're going to be taking those shots, you need to make them.
Tobin's got to do something with the rock here. Not much happening.
McIntyre for 3, looking to answer back. Yes! Drains it down the hatch in the eyes of Jones.
Which team's going to come up with a real strong defensive effort first? Who's going to do a shutdown job first?
Both benches getting hyped in favor of their teams. Bartley tosses it up for Alexander. Fouled from behind. No, it's going to just be out of bounds.
Knocked it out of bounds. Boy, it's a tough bucket right here. He just pulls up right in front of him, man. And Isaiah Jones says, hey, I'm their 3-point ace.
That puts Jones in double digits, 10 on the night.
And then you look at Anthony McIntyre saying, what you can do, I can do. Maybe not better, but just as good. Oh, beautiful.
Alexander, the answer back, doesn't jam it down, but gets the points, and that's all that's needed.
Yeah, that's all Deshaun. That's all Bartley right there. The vision. That's just a great play. Okay, look at this matchup with the big men right here. Anthony Garza and Noel Alexander. They're up top for a second. Oh,
deep
wow.
triple from NBA range off the back iron. Gets his own rebound for the 3rd time in the game. Triple from Garza, the center. Off the right side, and there's McCutcheon with the rebound in transition. Here's Bartley.
Lob. Oh,
tosses it up, a little tip, and Alexander fouled from behind, sent him to the line.
14:38 remaining here in the second half. I won't be surprised if we see a timeout called soon. One of these two coaches is going to want to kind of rein in the decision-making here. Haven't seen it yet. We'll see. We're about to see Mitchell come back in. And I think that's Sabelis over there, isn't it? We'll see. I can't see his jersey. I think that's Miles.
50% free throw shooter knocks down the first. Columbia, I know in their practices, focuses on free throws a lot of time. Just taking turns, going to the line, shooting free throws because they want to get that up. Everybody knows that free throws wins games.
7 for 8 in the first half. Did their job here. Here's our difference maker if you were a claim jumper fan. Rattles around, doesn't go.
Remains at 50% on the season, though, after that miss. Usually you would like higher, but for a center, it's not too bad. Garza down low, around McCutcheon.
Adrian McIntyre, that is such a beautiful pass. You young players out there, when you've got a big fella posting up, Your first look better be down there, just like a quarterback has to do his reads and has to look across the football field. If you're a guard out top and you got a big fella posting up, make that your first look. Right here, I'd like to see Alexander flash. Come high, big man, and get those hands up.
Jones, the hot hand, gets it over to Prevost. 2-step down low. McCutcheon, yes,
man.
Off the glass, another tough shot. McIntyre breaks free. Heavily guarded by Alexander.
Well, yeah, the switch got made, and Alexander's got a guard out there in the corner. That's a foul. Oh!
From the top,
goodness.
McIntyre bangs it through.
And he hit his wrist. What a bucket.
Prevost having some trouble bringing the ball into Bartley. And one thing that I've noticed from the full court pressure, even though both teams are doing it, they're not forcing to get the ball. They're just making sure that they can't make a play from whatever position they're at on the court.
Right. They don't want a long touchdown pass, that's for sure. Oh, that's great defense
Prevost
right there.
throws it up off the left hand. Can't do it, McIntyre. Prevost already back on defense before half of his team, and McIntyre off the reverse.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. He just saw Noel Alexander just stop for a second. That's all he needed. Noel stopped for 1 second, didn't cut off the whole baseline, and that's all he needed. Smart move.
2 shots in a row. Here's Isaiah Jones. Yes! Isaiah Jones with his third triple knocks it down 51-47. You're watching Columbia College Claim Jumper Basketball, brought to you by California Gold Development Corporation. It has all been the Columbia College Claim Jumpers in the second half, 51-47 over the Ventura College Pirates. I'm Levi Flores along with Vance Palm. Let's take a look at some of these plays at right before the timeout.
Well, everybody's starting to drop in big threes or at least big buckets. That's some great defense right there with Ventura, but they kicked the ball out. McCutcheon, I mean, he just battles to put that one up off the glass. He was out of options, and he had to do something with it. You see this trap down low. All of a sudden, you've got a 6'8 player guarding a 6'2 player. No problem. Boom.
51-47, 12 and a half minutes remaining. Pirates currently have the ball. A few mistakes have been made in the second half. We'll see if the teams can limit those as McCutcheon blocks it from behind, but Bartley picks up the blocking foul.
Both coaches have a deep bench. They have a lot of players, but you look at that first half, Levi, you're talking about Columbia using really 5 guys to equate into 74 minutes. You know, Coach Hoyt's using Bartley, Campbell, Jones, Alexander, and Prevost to chew up a combined 74 minutes. That's really 5 main dudes where you see Coach Ramirez has played 12 different players, so it'll be interesting to see who gets fatigued. I mean, it's early in the season. These teams should have a lot of gas in the tank, but it's a fast-paced game, and I may have to re-up that we'll be in the 80s. Now I'm thinking we're going to be back there again.
51-49, and I agree with you. Just because the first half was a little slow doesn't mean the second half is going to be slow as well. We mentioned it very, very early on that both of these teams took a 3-hour drive just to get to this place. As that one poked out from behind by Alexander, there's the speed from a big center. able to get his hands on it, poke it out. But like I was saying, 3-hour drive for both teams getting here, and they only had limited time to warm up, get their legs back moving, and now they've played 20 minutes, looking for 20 more minutes, and that 80-point possibility is definitely in the air.
So Ventura trying to pull it out, stretch out this offense a little bit, try to get the defense to bite. And how about this? Inbounds down low. What a great hustle play by McCutcheon. Fantastic play. His teammate got poked in the eye, so he came in and made the big play.
And here's Bartley. He saw his full court pressure go down quickly, turn their back to him, so Bartley started picking up the pace. Guarding him is McIntyre. McCutcheon was getting the pass, but he was fouled. And that will go on number 15, Michael Nolau.
And Nolau is going to argue the call, but for you young players out there, it's going to always be hard to argue a call when you're standing behind a player and reaching around his waist. The optics on it are pretty easy for an official to make that call.
Campbell, double team down low, puts it up anyway, gets it down off the backboard.
Taj Malik Campbell, what an athlete.
He will be playing defense tight on McIntyre. Nearly poked out. McIntyre to his brother. Controlling at the top, definitely wanting to get a good shot here as they're down by 4.
Perfect pass.
Garza nearly blocked from behind, but gets his daily dose of iron.
Perfect pass.
Jones nearly gets McIntyre on the ground, and he'll leave it to Bartley.
Oh.
Off the side of his foot, and Taj Malik Campbell with the reflex is able to regain it for the jumpers.
One was an inadvertent kick. One was an intentional kick, but it happened so quickly the ref couldn't call it. The unintentional came off of Bartley, but then his teammate stuck his foot up and caught it like a soccer kick. That was pretty slick. The ref didn't even catch it. Wow. How about that monster dunk right there by Garza? But that pass was perfect. Couldn't be too high or too low or have been deflected.
Nolau picks up another one, 2 within a minute. That sends McCutcheon to the line, who gets his first.
A 6'6", 210-pound sophomore. Played at Fresno City. He's out of Merced. And he won't take no for an answer around the hoop.
One of the highest free throw shooters on the team, 16 of 18. Who knows what it is in the game now, but nearly 90% on the season and putting up high numbers with those free throws.
Well, Levi, he's so aggressive around the hoop. Look at this. Talk about aggressive. And how about this? He's going to get another call. Bartley, third call. Ooh.
And there's the rest of his team telling him to calm down. Don't pick up another one just because.
Just because. He's out. I mean, he's picked up his 4th foul with 10:28 to go, and this is a very physical, powerful offensive weapon for this team. Now Coach Ramirez calls the timeout. He sees something.
55-51, Claim Jumpers in the lead. You're watching Columbia College Claim Jumper Basketball, brought to you by California Gold Development Corporation.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well, so.
Columbia College Claim Jumper Basketball, brought to you by California Gold Development Corporation. Thank you for sponsoring Claim Jumper Basketball, making this game happen. 2 of the top teams in the state, the Claim Jumpers against the Ventura Pirates, number 3 and number 4 in the state for the coaches poll. According to Signal Light, they're 1 and 2. So it's a big game either way, whether it's for 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. Regardless, some of the best teams, some of the best players in the state, we could very possibly see these same teams play in the state championship in a few months.
That's a great point, and obviously you're both undefeated, so this is the first time that a team's going to feel a blemish. One of them is going down with that lost feeling tonight.
Deshaun Bartley went out with his 4th foul, and they bring in Caleb Chang to take his place. There was a little touch of the net there by one of the Ventura players, and if I'm not mistaken, that should have been an interference with the rim. That should have made a no basket call. Is that correct?
Did he hit the rim or the net?
He hit the net.
Yeah. Uh-oh, look at this.
Close enough. Here's McIntyre, one-on-one, Euro step around Chang, and that ties him up at 55-55.
Well, they've put the pressure on, Coach Ramirez has, with the press. They're going to trap here in the corner. They'll pull it off here pretty quickly with Chang bringing it up.
Taj Malik Campbell making his move around the defender, and another finish for Taj Malik Campbell.
Oh, rattles in and out. How about the putback here? So somebody's got to play some defense, Levi.
We'll see who decides to first. It's going to happen one way or another. The kick to the corner. It's Isaiah Jones one-on-one against McIntyre.
Oh, wow. That ball was intended
Chang
for the big
over
fella.
the top. Gets it to go.
It's a big bucket right there. That ball was actually intended for Alexander. And it floated out to Chang on accident, and he decided to score with it.
59-57. They've been trading buckets. And that one off the mark. Malik Campbell once again with the rebound.
Boy, tough shot for Anthony McIntyre. He had to hope for a lot to go right.
Alexander backing down Garza. Spins to the basket. No.
Coach Hoyt wanted something down there. He thought there was contact on the shot. Of course. But you said it. These refs are letting them play. I love it.
Pirates definitely slowing it down. McIntyre making a move on Campbell. Breaks away. Too strong, and there is an offensive rebound from McIntyre. Chang got pushed out of the way, couldn't get to the ball. Looked like he hyperextended his arm a little bit in the process.
You and I talked about this rebounding difference in the first half. Right now it's Ventura. What's the call here? On the floor.
And that will be on number 4, Miles Ceballos.
Well, that's a big-time play right there by Malik Campbell. Wow.
If you missed our pregame show, Ventura and Columbia, the last time they played, the first and only time, was in 1993 when they played for the state championship title. And here it is 28 years later, playing for their only second time in the record. And they're going to place an offensive foul on that one. Nobody in the stadium agreeing with it.
That's a tough call right there. Tough call. I mean, the move was so quick. The move was so fast that Coach Hoyt's going to say the guy wasn't even set up yet. Woo!
I think it's a great offensive move. It was very smooth. He got around him, but once again, acting. We saw it earlier in the first half. The acting is what's going to get the foul. And maybe the next time they might call a flop.
The one reason they wouldn't call a flop because there really was contact, just not a lot of contact. He barely brushed him, so it's going to be hard for a ref to call flopping. But that also proves the point that it wasn't a charge, right? So you can't call flop because there's a little bit of contact, but you can't call charge because it was very little contact. Tough call. Let's see how they respond. They're undefeated for a reason, Levi.
59-59. Tie game, 7.5 minutes left, and yeah, you're right. Both of these teams are undefeated for these reasons.
That's a bad pass.
McCutcheon gets it to Chang. Jones for another 3.
Wow.
And the Pirates looking for an easy bucket. McIntyre, yes, a hard right-handed finish. Gets the spin off the glass and retakes the lead.
Well, that 3 is pulled a little early for my liking. Just a little early in the shot clock. 7-minute mark.
Taj Malik. Out to McCutcheon.
Yeah, that's an interesting matchup here.
Splits the defenders, tosses it up. No backboard needed. Marcus McCutcheon ties it back up at 61s.
And Coach Hoyt's going to see that. Newlau, I don't know if he's going to be able to hang in there. Give it to him. Oh.
Garza loses control.
Booted it off his foot.
back to Columbia.
Coach Ramirez, he said, doggone it, that was another dunk. Boy, it's a great basketball game.
And it looks like they will go to the bench, tied at 61-61, 6 minutes, 41 seconds remaining. Still a lot of game time. You're watching Columbia College Claim Jumper Basketball, presented by California Gold Development Corporation.
Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
61-61, the Columbia College Claim Jumpers against the Ventura Pirates, a northern team going against a southern team. Two of the top spots in the state. We can possibly see them play later on in the postseason. I'm Levi Flores along with Vance Palm. A great game. Still just under 7 minutes remaining. A lot of game time. Anything can happen. Who has played better so far?
Second half, Ventura has. I mean, Columbia is as talented as you can get, and I just think that, Ventura's ratcheted up the defense a little bit. You see some of these replays that Joseph's putting up. I mean, yeah, you're going to see some buckets scored by Columbia, but also Ventura's stretched this defense out, Levi. They're meeting them at half court. It's not a full court press, but they're meeting them at the half court line, and it's created some turnovers. It's created some opportunities here. To your point about it being undefeated and, two top teams in the state, I think both these coaches are elated that they're putting their teams in pressure moments right now. Oh, why stop? Why stop, Taj Malik? They get the bucket, but, man, go to the hole. That freight train was going coast to coast.
Absolutely agree, and we've seen it before, too. Taj Malik Campbell does not hold back when he's driving to the hoop, except that for the first time. And there were a few words exchanged between him and one of the defensive players. Hopefully it doesn't escalate into anything more. Garza, blocked by Alexander.
What a great play by Noel. He truly has been a difference maker in the second half, Levi. There's a mismatch there. Oh, they didn't get it to him. Oh, Alexander was calling for it. He had McIntyre 6 inches shorter guarding him.
McCutcheon lost control, poked out by the defense. Malik Campbell fouled on his way to the hoop, send him back to the line.
Couple of point-blank misses by the Claim Jumpers. Coach Ramirez not liking the call, but hey, 5 fouls apiece. You look at the scoreboard and you see 5 apiece, and he's going to come back in with Tobin. Let's hope Tobin takes care of the ball. How about this young man at the line, Taj Malik?
An absolute great player, 70% from the line. Mentioned it before, former D1 player out of Morgan State University, coming back down to the JUCO level, coming from the East Coast, now to the West Coast, playing in what you could say is tougher competition. California is always known for that high basketball rating just throughout the United States alone. And definitely showing his worth, too.
More on that in a couple seconds. We can look at our rankings of these top 10. Every one of them powerhouse schools. Back to a 4-point lead for the Claim Jumpers.
McIntyre screen from Garza. Driving off the left side, spins through, can't get it to go. And McIntyre was out of bounds, stepped in really quickly.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Ramirez's point would be. The ball, I think he caught it on the way back in. I mean, he comes back in and Oh, that was close. I think the ball was actually out. I think the Pirate knocked it out.
Chang showing off his handles. One-on-one against Bell. Kicks it over to Taj Malik Campbell over Garza. Yes!
Nobody can stop him out there.
McIntyre the other way.
Beautiful pass.
Takes it to the corner, a triple.
Oh, gosh. It's getting physical, getting very, very physical.
Malik Campbell comes up with that one, and he will go against McIntyre. Two great shooters, but Malik Campbell is so much bigger than McIntyre is.
They're probably going to go right back to him again. I can't imagine they won't go back to him, and there it is.
Shot clock down to 5. Campbell loses control, keeps it in. McCutcheon. No, finally stolen away. Ventura Pirates. 3-on-2. Adrian McIntyre. Yes! Bangs the triple.
And he was, I mean, his heel was about an inch from the sideline. Levi, that's a long bucket.
67-64. Columbia had a 6-point lead. Back to a 3-point game. Isaiah Jones puts McIntyre off his feet, and what a shot from Isaiah Jones.
Yeah, right now, Columbia is working off of mismatches. They're working on matchups. There's really, I don't see a designated call as much as I see matchup basketball right now. And Coach Hoyt letting them go after it.
McIntyre driving, blocked from the front, then behind, and they will call the foul on, I can't believe this, they're calling it on Noel Alexander.
Well, the official here called it from half court. He was behind the play, so he thought he had a better angle than the baseline official. It happens, but either way, Levi, let's say the foul is on Alexander. His first player foul with all that he's put into this game, all the energy, the effort, the block shots, the rebounds, the defense. He went coast to coast and tracked down one play earlier. And, yeah, he got one of the calls, he got up off the floor and ran coast to coast. So for him to have his first foul with 3:54 left in this second half, salute to Noel Alexander.
Now look at this number. Ventura has played 12 games. Adrian McIntyre at the line right now. He's 84% from the line, but he has shot 82. 82 free throws through 12 games, and then tack on the number from what he shot today.
And you just got him.
Got him to miss, keep it at a 4-point game.
Okay, let's see if they run a play, if Coach Hoyt has something specific, or is it motion one and get it to Taj Malik Campbell.
And here's Deshaun Bartley back in the game.
Yeah.
He has 4 fouls. Has to be careful, but he's still going to play that aggressive game because if he goes out, he's going to make sure that some of his teammates do the dirty work for him.
And the call is made late in this shot clock. He got him, they say. I frankly believe, I think Bartley was looking for an alley-oop. I think he wanted to just toss it up to Alexander for the dunk. Alexander didn't read that, didn't read his mind or didn't see his eyes, but I think actually Bartley wanted to float that thing up there for an alley-oop dunk.
And he is off on the first. And the thing with Deshaun Bartley, too, coming back into this one, is that 3 of his fouls have been trying to wrap around. So as long as he doesn't do that, I believe he could actually stay in for the final 3.5 minutes.
And I don't even know if Coach Hoyt's going to be overly concerned about whether he's in or out. Yes, he'd like to have him, but he's got some great guards.
70-65, getting closer to that 80-digit mark. We could possibly be looking at Mitchell Prevost coming back in the game for Columbia if Bartley does go out. I think it's a strong choice, Vance. You just showed that to me. And, yeah,
that's a great option.
I think it's the best option, honestly.
Ooh, you better get out of that key.
In some trouble. Shot clock down to 2, driving in.
Oh,
second chance opportunity, puts it through Schulten Tobin.
Okay, it's clutch time now. Who's going to make the best decisions?
Bartley making the move on Aaron Dewuji. Haven't mentioned his name quite often tonight, Dewuji, but he did start. Jones to McCutcheon. 1-2 behind the back, nearly gets it to go, but a bad bounce. Alexander fighting for it. And the Pirates will slow it down on the opposite end.
Get out of that corner. You're in trouble. Timeout.
And McIntyre able to call the timeout before anything bad happened for him. A 3-point game, 70-67. Columbia in the lead. You're watching Claim Jumper Basketball, brought to you by California Gold Development Corporation.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school. So it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches. So,
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games, yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the
Beautiful
chills? I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
Columbia College Claim Jumper Basketball on NorCal Sports TV, brought to you by California Gold Development Corporation. Thank you for sponsoring this game, allowing everybody in the 209, the whole world, not just California, but anybody who wants to watch these two great teams face off against each other. I'm Levi Flores along with Vance Palm. These are the number 3 and 4 teams in the state, 1 and 2 if you ask certain people, but nonetheless, they're one of the top 5 teams in the state, both of them, both undefeated, but after tonight, one of them will not be.
And it'll be one of those tough losses, too, because it's going to be close. It's going to be tight. Ball deflected. Oh, that went off of Claim Jumpers. It went off of Bartley. Ooh, that was almost a crucial turnover. Woo.
Take a look at that one more time. Here's the pass. And, ooh, that was a close one.
It went off his left hand.
Back in the game. Here is Garza around Alexander and floats it through. A 1-point game as we reach the 2-minute mark.
How about the freshman, Anthony Garza? That's a young man that's going to get some attention. Okay, interesting matchup here. McIntyre guarding Bartley.
From the wing, he picked up his dribble.
Right.
It's McCutcheon. Backing down, left-handed finish, high off the glass. Can't get it to go. And the Pirates come down with the defensive rebound. Going in fast break, no slowing down at this point. They need to take the lead if they want a chance.
There's a good
Triple
look.
from the top. McIntyre takes the lead by 2. A minute and a half remaining. The entire Pirate bench yelling for the defense.
Levi, we'll see what happens with Garza and Alexander, the two big men down there. Will they use them?
Bartley driving right-handed finish, gets the foul, send him to the line. Deshaun Bartley with 4 fouls, going to the rack strong, making sure that he's going to get points on that possession.
That's a strong move. He's an enforcer. You've seen him. You know him. You've played with players or against players that you know. Absolute enforcers. He will say, this is where I'm going, try to stop me. They foul him here. Now let's see how we do on the line.
Bartley averages 15.7 points per game from the free throw line. He's almost at that 80% mark. He shot 74 on the season. He's made 58, not including tonight. And a sad miss as we are near that 1-minute mark, and it's a 2-point game.
He hasn't been in the flow for a while now. He's been on that bench for a long time. That shouldn't mess with a free throw that much, but sometimes when you're not in the flow.
And now I don't want to make this a big statement, but that was a good miss. When you think about it, a 1-point game, as long as you keep Ventura to shooting 2-point shots only, keeping them from shooting around that 3-point arc, all they will need is a layup, but missing 2 is not good.
That's not a good miss.
That's not a good miss.
So now let's see if Coach Ramirez calls a timeout or does he just let his guys go. They're undefeated. Let's see what they go. Into the corner. There's a look. That's got to go in.
Deep 2. Back iron. McCutcheon with the rebound. He had Jones in transition. And Jones is waiting in that bottom left wing. No shot, foul on the ground as Taj Malik Campbell comes up with a little limp.
I hope he's all right because you're talking about the go-to guy right here in the last 52.9 seconds. He is the guy they're going to go to. That's a huge rebound by McCutcheon. Huge rebound. If Ventura gets an offensive glass right there, restart the shot clock, and it's a completely different complexion. And instead, you have Taj Malik Campbell at the line looking to tie this thing up. This is exactly what you would hope for with the number 3 and number 4 team in the state of California. Combined 22-0. No loss for either team. It's a big moment right here. Does this go?
Ties it up 72-72. Looking back at those rankings, even it doesn't matter who loses, in my opinion. I don't think these teams are moving from the rankings unless they only go up. And there is a timeout, 72-72, 45 seconds remain. Who will come out on top? Find out in just a moment. It's a tie game in Visalia, the Claim Jumpers against the Pirates, facing off against each other, some of the top teams in the state on a neutral court. Who will come out on top? We don't know quite yet, but there's 45 seconds, possibly 2 possessions, maybe 3. It all depends on what shots go in and, what defensive strategies these teams have.
When you gave me the call to come do the game, I said, Levi, if you promise that under a minute we'll be tied, I'll come up and do the game. You lived up to your promise.
I'm glad I called you. I don't know when that was, but I think it was in my sleep because I didn't think it was going to be this close. I think Columbia was actually going to have a better game than this. When we look at the teams that Ventura has played, there was 2 games that they went into overtime. One was Antelope Valley, double overtime. One was Riverside. I thought Columbia was going to have a 10-point lead in the final minutes. Maybe it goes down to a few single-digit points. But right now, I did not expect the 72-72.
I expected it to be close. No question about it. 2 great programs. They're going to give this back to them.
McIntyre.
There's the play. This is the setup play.
A triple. Front iron. Offensive rebound. McIntyre fouled from behind, and that will send him to the line, possibly taking the lead, and that's Alexander picking up the foul.
And Noel, I think, took an elbow. I think he took an elbow to the temple on that rebound. I thought anyway. He went up, and as he was coming down, I think he took one in the head here. I don't know if we'll see this, but that's a great open look. It's a perfect shot by Tobin. And you see right here, I think he took one right in the elbow right there. Oh, on the way down. On the way down, Tobin was going up. Oh, no, was it Tobin who took that shot? Or
that was McIntyre, I believe.
As Alexander was coming down, Tobin was going up. Yeah, he's still a little banged up right there. Noel Alexander, he reached for his temples. It looked like he took one. He got a great pump fake by Adrian McIntyre and got Alexander in the air. So
misses the first one to take the lead. Deshaun Bartley missed his 2. Can McIntyre miss his 2 to keep it at a tie game?
McIntyre's an 84% free throw shooter, my man.
He missed 1 on the last time to the line. He missed 1 on this one. Can he do it twice? 1 of 2. Ventura takes a 1-point lead. 6.6 second differential between shot and game clock. And here is Bartley.
And Coach Ramirez brings back Dawuji. Hasn't seen action since the starting tip. And he's got him on Bartley.
Coach Hoyt waving off the rest of the team. Bartley looking to drive. Baseline. Jones puts the shoulder into him and turns it over.
And look who it is.
Aaron Dawuji, of course.
A lot of time left. Tons of time. Got to foul right away. So Coach Hoyt's going to have to foul right away. It'll put him at the line. Anything can happen. Still a lot of time left here, but you look at that genius move. You always say genius after it works with Coach Ramirez to put Dawuji in, first to guard Bartley, but then to come down to the baseline and take the charge. Pretty smart, savvy coaching move there, and that is definitely a charge, no question about it. But a lot of time left here for Columbia. No question. They have got to get possession of that basketball, and the only way they're going to do it is to foul immediately. It's going to be a 15-second drain to see who can get to the line.
And you don't want to put it in the hands of McIntyre, if you're Columbia, of course. If you're Ventura, you want to put it in the hands of one of the McIntyre brothers, 2 of the top leading scorers in the state. But if you're Columbia, who do you trust to take that final shot if you get the chance?
Well, you've got some sharpshooters out there. Of course, you've got Prevost in there, and we just saw Taj Malik Campbell drop some in there. You want to obviously look. You want to put anybody on the line. If you can get to the line, put anybody up there. Hope they make it. But if you get your choice, but this is going to be how well do they follow Coach Hoyt's defensive plan here? You got to look out because deep you've got Garza. Garza could bust deep here and catch a touchdown pass if Alexander's not careful. Look out. Look out. They float it up, so they're going to have to foul immediately.
It's McIntyre.
Oh, goodness. They don't get the foul in. They don't get the foul. and they bring it back. Oh, gosh.
And it believed to me that Mitchell Prevost, he's the one who committed the foul. But earlier on when McIntyre was coming down the sideline, he got a hand on him, looked at the ref, but there was no whistle blown.
And I'll tell you what, for those of you watching really closely, Anthony Garza right there, I think his teammates thought, go in and dunk it, take the dunk, but then that only makes it a 3-point game. It only makes it a 3-point away. So this is an actually pretty smart play by Anthony Garza. I think everybody was expecting that he would finish with the dunk. But then you're looking at Columbia getting it with 8.5 seconds, only down 3. This way,
it's Jelani Bell at the line. Looking at his stats from the free throw line, he's only shot 7 in the season. He's made 5 for 71%. But when you've only shot that much, you can never really tell how good they are from the line.
so Coach Romero's going with his quick crew. He's got all those quick guys in here. These are huge free throws. You're 12-0.
And it rattles off. Taj Malik Campbell with the rebound. Here it is. All you need is a layup and a foul on the way down.
Oh, boy. And that's going to send him to the line and make it 1-1.
Could be a smart play. Could be a bad play. It just depends on how well they do from the free throw line. Well, and like I was saying on the way down, all you need is a layup, Vance. That's all you need. It's a 1-point game. All you need is a layup.
Oh, goodness. What a game changer this was. Now all of a sudden, I am thinking Garza probably should have slammed that home to make it a 3-point game. But he was trying to pull back, and now all of a sudden you have quite possibly the player of the game at the line.
Campbell through the net. Nothing but net. Ties it up at 73-73. 5 seconds remain. He has one more shot, and Ventura can get the ball back, possibly putting one more shot on the board.
Coach Ramirez has one timeout. If it goes through, I'm sure they've been instructed to call it.
And Campbell, 2 of 2 at the line.
No timeout taken.
McIntyre bringing it down the court. Nearly poked out by Campbell. 1 second on the clock. And doesn't get it off. The Columbia College Claim Jumpers take the victory over the Ventura Pirates by 1. It's Taj Malik Campbell putting in the game-winning free throw. The Claim Jumpers stay undefeated, move to 11-0, and the Pirates are besides themselves. 12-1, they're going to go home. A 3-hour drive. It's going to feel like 10 for them.
Boy, coaching staff for Ventura not pleased. Have their first loss of the season. A great win for Columbia. You talk about keeping themselves together and poised and in the game. That's going to hurt. Ventura's got a long bus ride back. There'll be some questioning on some of the last couple-minute decisions that were made and not made, and I really am surprised that on that last play he wasn't even trying to give it to anybody. I thought Coach Ramirez would call a timeout, get it across half court, call a quick timeout. Didn't happen. Hats off to Columbia. They made the better decisions at the end of the game, and they have a big victory to go to 11-0. Woo!
74-73, the Claim Jumpers moving on, keeping that 0 on their loss record. They're going to go home. They're going to play on Wednesday on their home court in the Oak Pavilion. And then Ventura, the long ride home, who knows what's going to happen for the rest of their season. One loss can affect what you do in the next game, but hopefully they stay with their tracks, keep winning those games. 74-73, it's the Claim Jumpers going home with the victory. For Joseph Yanez, Vance Palm, and the rest of our crew, I'm Levi Flores. Join us for the next game as the College of Sequoia Giants play on their home court. You're watching NorCal Sports TV.